Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a deck that I picked up secondhand for 10 bucks. For those of you that don't know, have been following my channel, I've been going through my decks and I've been decluttering a lot. You know, I've been going through each one, looking at them. Do I need them? Do I utilize them? But I've always wanted this deck, and I'm a big one, you know, like I'm not a big one of fear of missing out. I'm the opposite. I'm like, I don't want that deck. Everyone else is using it. Why do I want that deck for? You know, I'm like this unique soul. So this deck came out in 2018. It was so popular and I could never understand what is so fabulous about this deck. Well, you know what? It is freaking fabulous and I'm so glad I got it. 10 bucks. So, you know, guys, if you're looking at getting decks, just wait, be patient. You know, they come down, you know, this deck here, people get rid of it a lot. I'm waiting for another deck. I think it's called the Fifth Spirit Tarot deck. It's very bland, but it's a pip deck. I love pip tarot decks. So I'm waiting for people to get bored of that and flick off and get rid of it. So, you know, so I can get a deck for 10, 15 bucks as opposed to $30. So I really wanted this deck, but I didn't want this deck. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I got it because it is a fabulous deck. Now I can understand why people were going off on it. Now I can understand why I saw it everywhere. So it is interesting, but yeah, I'm definitely now the opposite of fear of missing out. I'm the, what do you call it? I don't know. What would you call it? I'm the, I'll wait till you're sick of it deck collector. So anyway, let's read the reverse of this deck. If you have got this deck, let me know. It says the energy of the moon has a formidable effect on our everyday life. Use this gorgeously illustrated oracle cards to tap into her ancient wisdom for healing, guidance and protection, and learn how to work with her magical energy during each lunation. The accompanying guidebook reveals how to interpret the cards and work with them to create, plan and predict your life. Whenever you need to make an important decision, just pick a card and let the moon guide you. Yasmin Boland and Nix Rowland is the artist. Now, as I said, this deck was secondhand and she coloured the sides. Now, I don't do this myself, but how freaking awesome. Like, so I've got this deck. It is like it hasn't even been used, so like new. She's obviously got lots and lots of decks because she got rid of lots of decks. I actually bought 2 of her decks, one of which I've been looking for months, and I cannot believe she gave it to me. But look at that. It's just beautiful. So if you've got the Moonology deck, that might give you an idea of what edging to utilize. So that is the reverse of the card. I have put these all in order just so that they tell a story about working with the moon. The guidebook is the standard Hay House, well bounded. The actual's got the index there, which you would have to utilize. You know, this is the type of deck that you're not going to go through all your new moon. You'll go through the index firstly to find the card, you know, like. So it talks about the card deck, it talks about spreads that you can utilize, it talks about each card. Now, this booklet is really, really helpful. It talks about intuitively what the card meaning will be. It surmises it, but it also talks about the moon itself. For instance, this is the new moon card, and it says the new moon marks the start of the waxing cycle and the midpoint of the dark moon. It's a dark and veiled time when the moon is invisible and a time of rebirth. It's a time that witches do their work, making wishes and laying down intentions for the new cycle. An intensely magical time when it's easier to pierce the veil to other worlds. So that's what I really love about this deck. It really teaches you about the energy of the moon. So let's get started. Let's dive in. There is 44 cards, which I find quite funny, considering Hay House always does 44 cards. Let's go through each one. We may stop and discuss some. At the end, I will pull 3 cards. You can choose your card and see what message. So, as I said, this deck, I didn't understand what the big hoo-ha was about it. But now that I've got this deck, I can really understand it. The artistry in this, or maybe I didn't look at these cards deeply enough. I actually didn't realize they were artwork. I actually thought that they were photos to begin with. So it's really nice. They're very beautiful. The messages in them are lovely. So they do go through, you can actually see the shape of the moon. So for instance, the first quarter moon, that's the shape of it. I mean, look at that. Gibbous moon. Like, isn't it beautiful? So I think, you know, this is a deck that I think everyone needs. I don't never say this. This is one that should be in everyone's collection because we need to learn about the moon. You know, we need to learn about the moon's guidance and how it affects our energy, how it affects the energies of those around us, how it affects, you know, like as they say about the mad moon. But the artistry in this is just a delight. It is beautiful. So I was blown away. I thought, gosh, what a treat. There's the third quarter moon. So as I said, I put these in order. Time for Healing, Balsamic Moon. And then we've got all the new moon for the star signs. So obviously each month. So we've got the new moon in Aries. So I'll pull out the next card. I'll pull out the booklet. So we've got the new moon in Taurus. So let's get the booklet out. As I said, you would utilize the chapters in this just to make it easier to find it. Funny how it's 44. Look at that, 44 cards from the deck and it's page 44. This card will come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. This card you have, the card suggests you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the laws of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and this card holds the new moon energy. So now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a sign not to give up just yet. Attune to the moon. Get or give a massage. Healthy body, healthy mind. So I love the way that it actually demonstrates how you can utilize this moon's energy. Additional meanings for this card: you'll soon be able to afford the thing you've been dreaming of. Getting clear of what you value most will help you find peace. Take some time out to pamper yourself. Start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small. And then we've got the teaching. Okay, I got a delivery mid-order. So says here, we often feel that it's somehow wrong to focus on our finances, but the truth is that money can make life far more comfortable from a physical point of view. Taurus knows this, and the new moon in Taurus is the time to work your magic to create the money you want so you can have the creature comforts you want. Remember though that someone else is still wishing for what you already have. What a powerful sentence that is. You know, and that's so true. A million people would understand in your shoes right now. So we'll continue on. But they are beautiful. So let me just put those down there so we can continue. New moon in Gemini, new moon in Cancer, new moon in Leo. So it continues on. We'll just move that over there. And then we have new moon in Libra, new moon in Scorpio, new moon in Sagittarius, new moon in Capricorn. So aren't they beautiful? Oh, they're just a delight. Bring love into the situation. New moon into Aquarius, new moon in Pisces. And then we work on the full moon. So we'll look at the full moon message for Taurus. I think Taurus is next, isn't it? Yep. Full moon for Taurus. So that gives you an idea of the booklet again. Sometimes you need to weave a bit of magic, and sometimes you need to be practical, and sometimes you need to find a combination of the two. This card suggests this is where you are now. You need to use the laws of attraction to draw in what you want by imagining it, expecting it, welcoming it. But you need to balance that with taking down-to-earth steps toward your goals. This isn't about wishing on the moon and hoping for the best. It's about making something less like a list of bullet points about how to achieve your dreams. If you're asking about money, this card heralds a change of financial fortunes depending on both your actions and what you're expecting and therefore attracting. Attune to the moon. Write down 10 things that you know are wonderful about you. I love it. Additional meanings for this card: laziness could explain your current situation. If you so, change this and own it. Chasing money doesn't work. You need to chase a dream. Jealousy or envy create negative energy and attract negativity. More exercise is called for. And the teaching: the full moon in Taurus is a time to get back to earth, to get grounded, to work through any negative feelings you've been dealing with, and to find a balance between being passionate and being overly intense. Money issues may come to a head at the time of the full moon in Taurus, but you can take this card as a sign to pay more attention to your cash flow no matter when you draw it. So it's just beautiful. But if you can see there the artistry, the beautiful watercolors. Yeah, so I'm really happy that I got this card deck. I'd be really interested to know whether you have this deck, how you utilize it. Do you actually work on the full moon of the month and utilize that card on an altar and keep linking with it, or obviously the day, the energy of it. So it'd be very interesting how you utilize this deck. For me, I'm more of a shuffle type of person, but knowing now how I can learn and incorporate, and I think it will really give my readings a lot more depth, knowing, for instance, if someone's an Aquarius and knowing what energy that can bring, you know, just I guess giving advice to people. And then we have the different types of new moon. So we've got the new moon eclipse, the full moon eclipse. Aren't they beautiful? It's just beautiful. The waxing moon. And when you look at these three cards, they're also unique and different. Like when you think about a moon, how they've incorporated the artistry in this deck, it's just lovely. What you need to release. And even the seasons, you know, we've got obviously a winter's day there. Just lovely, isn't it? So yeah, I'm really glad that I've picked up this deck. I'm surprised that I don't feel like it's been utilized at all. So it's interesting how people add to their collections and they're not utilizing the deck. So that's hence why I'm going through mine. So, you know, as they say, what is someone else's trash is someone else's treasure. So it's got the North Node and the South Node. So as I said, let's pull three cards. Let me just come off camera for a moment. Let me shuffle for 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Pull three cards and let's see what the messages bring us. So I've pulled the three cards. Pick your choice, 1, 2 or 3. I thought I would do this and add these in my videos. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. So if you have selected card number 1, this is your message. If you are hearing this today, tomorrow or in the future, I hope it brings you great joy. New moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about progress. So this is the time to move forward. The new moon in Aquarius means no looking back. Change is on its way and it could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with a suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Attune to the moon. Explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. Additional meanings for this card. You need to be more detached from this situation. Thinking outside the box will bring the solution. More pragmatism is called for. Improve your karma by doing some charitable work. Aquarius is a sign of invention, modern advances and technology. Its energy is a little brittle. It's individual, scientific even, and relatively emotionally detached. Many people think Aquarius is a water sign because the Aquarius symbol is the water bearer, but it's actually an air sign and is far more intellect than the emotional water signs, as is this card. No matter when you draw it, dropping convention works well with this energy. Brilliant. And then if you have selected card number 2, this is your message. The energy is gaining momentum. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of. That will take some work and you're not quite there yet. This is the time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps toward your goals. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. Attune to the moon. I know I'm headed in the right direction. Additional meanings for this card. The situation is full of potential. Your dream can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Review your goals and ensure you're still committed. Keep moving forward. And the teaching. The waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from new moon to full moon. And during this time, the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time, and this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans and to act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card. Brilliant messages. Are you enjoying this deck? And number 3, if you've chosen number 3, and this deck is still available for sale. I'll put the link in the description box. I forgot to mention that earlier. First quarter moon, there could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount it, it probably is. See how it works? Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Whoa. Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself. Attune to the new moon. I am committed to my dreams and move towards them with confidence. Additional meanings for this card. The answer to your question is yes, but not yet. You're halfway to your goal. You still need to put in a bit more effort. Sometimes we just need to realize how much we want something. You need to recommit to someone or something. And the teaching. In the lunar cycle, the first quarter moon comes between the new moon and the full moon. It's a time when the sun and moon are at a hard astrological angle to each other, and this can prompt a small crisis. No matter when you pull this card, you need to see any dramas as a stepping stone to where you want to be. It can also be a time when you need to stay strong through a storm. I love it. I think it's a beautiful deck. I hope that you enjoy it. Good quality. You know, you can't go wrong. It is a matte finish. You know, you may find with shuffling it may, you know, flick or whatever. You know, you can't go wrong with a mass market deck. So I hope that you enjoy my small review and my small little purchase, and I hope that you can find it too. If you haven't already purchased this deck, maybe you can pick it up as a bargain also. So until next time, I'll be talking about my other deck that I purchased, and I'm so, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got it, because I've been trying to purchase it and I got it for another bargain. So until next time, thank you for joining me on my review.